Welcome to a DRAAG Me.
This is Madison's DRAAG Me. If you didn't know, a DRAAG Me is a service that we provide on our website, astrology.com/shop. It is our least most educational reading in which we just drag your chart. But hey, there's a market for everything.
Okay, we're just waiting for it to show up. Hello? Where are we? Why is nothing coming? I don't understand.
Are we subscribed to ourselves?
Well, that's not what we need to see. We can't subscribe to ourselves.
I can use a job for our subscription.
Here we go. Okay, let me just edit this real quick. So, hello, Sachin.
Yes, are you ready for the Scorpio full moon? I don't know if I am. Last year's Scorpio full moon was so memorable to me. It was such a Scorpio full moon. It's insane.
Oh. So we're just gonna, I guess, well, not only are we waiting for people to come on, but we're waiting for me to edit this stuff. But
That's
also,
what
we have to wait. What do you mean?
No, you clicked on the wrong video. Oh, never mind. I don't know what I'm saying.
And I'm not going to put Madison's chart info in yet, just because
we don't know if she wants.
We don't know if she wants it or not. So, yeah. And also, for the people on You Now, we usually are more interactive on YouTube, but we try to go back and forth as much as we can. Just so you know what's up. Let me refresh this. Okay. Where are we at? Hello.
Hi.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So, yeah, how's it going? I don't know. We just
Madison in building.
Yeah, we don't want to start it. Oh, let's see. We're kind of. We don't want to.
Yeah, we scheduled this I feel like a week and a half in advance or 2 weeks in advance. So hopefully she remembers. I was thinking.
Well, I don't know. I would put it on my calendar. Let's see. She's a Virgo moon. She has it scheduled.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. We haven't gotten anything that says. Oh, hello. I don't know how to entertain everyone right now.
Madison, where are you at?
Hi, Rebecca.
Well, it's actually only 11 a.m. right now.
That's true. So. It's exact, but.
There she is.
Oh, wait. Yes,
yeah?
Maddie, Kelly. I'm assuming that's Madison.
Yeah. Okay.
Perfect. You're logged on just in time, exactly like a Virgo moon would be. So you got that going for you.
So yeah, here we go.
Okay, so let's start with Aquarius rising. We dragged it pretty well, I think, our skit video. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. It wasn't even a drag. It was an accurate representation.
Yeah, but it wound up kind of being a drag. On accident. But, oh my gosh, okay, so the funniest encounter that I've had with an Aquarius rising is when they, want to tell you, impart knowledge onto you, and this is a very Aquarius thing, and they have this, look that they get, get ready for this knowledge bomb, and they will, Aquarius rising will be well, and then they'll, tell you everything. So let me tell
what
you.
What it is
this.
Excuse me, can you make some room for my God complex to come in? Hi. I know everything, and if I don't, I'll pretend like I do. It amazes me how certain Aquarius risings can just talk so much and so confidently about things that they're not informed on.
It's crazy. I'm I can barely talk about things I am informed on. But, okay, also Aquarius rising, what was I going to say? Oh, I love it also when they go on a rant about things as though, that we've never heard them before or never thought about them. Like, when they talk about the world, it's like, wow, I have this amazing new idea. And it's like, listen, we've been there. We've done that idea.
That was actually Nikola Tesla's idea.
And they're like, you've never thought about this, have you? And you're like, yeah, I have, but I'm just going to pretend I don't to appease you, because I don't.
Yeah, we know an Aquarius rising who's lovely, but she constantly tells people to go vegan, and she's not vegan.
Oh, yeah, it's so funny. She's constantly, like, imparting all this knowledge and stuff, but it's like, you're not even taking yours.
Yes, go vegan. It'll help you with your entire life, your health, help the animals, but I cannot give up sushi.
Yeah! It's so funny. And, like, one of her Instagram stories will be like, world, veganism, blah, and the next one will be like, I just got this, like, and eating, like, cheese and nachos and stuff. And you're just like, the hypocrisy!
So that's Aquarius rising. Another thing that is really obvious in your chart is that your father was not present in your life.
Was not there at all.
You got the two things that are saying, like, Dad was probably not here in some way, and then Dad was probably not here in some way, so, like, that combined is like, yeah, your dad was not here in one way or another. Because you have Saturn retrograde, and you have your Sun in the 8th house. And
your Saturn intercepted.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
And you have an Aries Libra interception.
Yeah.
Girl, you need some rose quartz in there.
Yeah, no. If your father was there at all, he was, like, sporadic and would be like, oh! And you'd be like, huh? And then he would, like, run away for a year.
Yeah, because your lessons came out of nowhere. So you're very self-disciplined, and no matter how self-disciplined you are,
especially as a Virgo moon.
Yeah, the world is like, doesn't matter. Karma doesn't work for you in the same way. We're just gonna, I always want to say fuck you in the ass, but that's so not appropriate. We're just gonna screw you over for no reason, just because your Saturn is intercepted. So sucks to suck.
Sucks to suck. Yeah. So, and when you do get these lessons, you're like, I don't have to learn any of them. I'm already, so self-disciplined. This doesn't make any sense. And you're just going to steamroll through them.
I'm so morally above everyone else.
Oh, yeah, as an Aquarius rising. And, like, I'm already so deep as a Scorpio 8th house sun. Mm-hmm. This is irrelevant to me. And then you're like, why does the world keep coming at me? This makes no sense. I already know everything. All my chakras are opened. No.
I don't deserve this. I'm above everybody. Like, come on.
I don't know if you're not. I don't know if you're like, I don't deserve this, but you're just like, I already know everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I kind of feel like
you do. That's probably a feeling that you feel that you're like, yes, so relatable. Because Aquarius is all about knowledge and having that on your rising. You definitely appear like you already know everything, or you strive to appear like you already know everything, but you're also a Scorpio sun in the 8th house, which means that you are just from a young age already, you thought about things that most kids don't think of, and you've explored deeper into, like, dark existential realms than most people, so you're like, come on, and Scorpios go through a lot because of the death and regeneration thing. And 8th house, let's go through a lot because of the death and regeneration thing.
There's probably some serious traumatic stuff with your dad. I don't know. Something's happening there that's not a fun time. So
you've been through a lot, and you're very disciplined as a Virgo moon.
And very smart. So I feel like everything that happens to you, you're like, I already know.
Yeah.
And so you'll never learn anything because you have this mentality of, like, I know.
But then Saturn in your chart also doesn't work to teach you lessons out of your own actions. They come out of nowhere. Because, first of all, your Saturn sucks balls. It's in its fall.
It's literally dying. Like,
it's in its fall, retrograde, and intercepted. So having it be retrograde also makes you feel like you're so responsible, and you do take on all these things, and you're just very responsible, naturally responsible, and you take on the responsibility without anyone having to tell you. But then lessons come at you out of nowhere, and you're like, what are those? And
you steamroll through them.
Yeah, you steamroll through them. Like, what are those? I'm gonna pretend like I don't know. That's more of
Saturn and Aries.
Yeah, that's Saturn and Aries, but that's not like Saturn
that you're
intercepted.
No.
Yeah. So when it's when you steamroll over them, it's when you're aware that you're doing something that is not necessarily the best for you. When Saturn intercepted acts in your chart, that's when it's like, it comes out of nowhere and there's nothing really that you can do about it. And there's no, like, real rhyme or reason. But Saturn in Aries, it's like, there is rhyme or reason. You are kind of at fault, but you are still going to steamroller.
Yeah, and then Saturn retrograde is, like, probably something, it's like an internal lesson. And you're probably constantly, like, regenerating yourself with small Scorpio energy and, like, Saturn retrograde. But
and you're probably always trying to make yourself be better because you have all this regeneration energy, and then you have this nitpicky Virgo moon.
Oh my god, yeah, your mom was so nitpicky towards you.
Yeah.
Maybe, like, because your dad was so not there, your mom was like, I need to make sure that I'm, like, on her all the time. Yeah. She's got, like, like, what is that thing that Virgo moon mothers do? She's probably, like, okay, I don't know if your mom, this is a more superficial example, but it's probably more towards everything, especially in the 7th house. She'd be like, now, you don't want to go out wearing that. It looks great, but you just have to think about everybody else. And, you know, this top, it just doesn't suit you quite right. Maybe it's just not the right size, and you don't want other people to think of something, because it's that, like, Virgo-ness with the 7th house. So it's like, she's constantly nitpicking you to make you seem better to other people, I feel like.
Yeah, because if you're Aquarius rising, you need to seem better to other people. So there's a lot in your chart just speaking to feeling the need to improve yourself constantly. So you're probably really neurotic and unhappy with yourself on some level.
Yeah.
But you're also really proud of yourself, because anyone who's gone through as much as a Scorpio sun in the 8th house has gone through needs to be pretty proud of themselves for everything they've gone through. And obviously your dad wasn't in your life because you have an Aries Libra interception.
Yeah.
You don't know what love is. You don't have an idea of, like, what a healthy love relationship is like. Because who taught you that? Not your dad.
No, nobody, actually. Not even not your dad. Just, like, not even your mom could figure out how to impart that upon you. You know, she's only one gal. How's she supposed to give you a Libra?
Yeah. Like, there's only one half of the scale.
Yeah, man. So you've got this, like, Venus and Mars crazy right on top of each other conjunction. And I have to say, in all, like, I haven't seen every chart, of course, but when I notice a really tight Venus-Mars conjunction, I most of the time see it in males. And I realized that recently. I see it in so many males' charts. And I think this is the first time I've ever seen one in a female's chart. I mean, maybe I'm just not, like, looking enough. Wait, let me show this. I don't care. You can cuss on my thing. But yeah, so I just found that interesting. And I feel like there's just so, like, a conjunction isn't considered a bad aspect, but it's also not considered a good aspect. It's just kind of like
intense.
Yeah, that's the best word. It's just like an intense thing. And you also have your Venus and Mars squaring, or is it trining your Saturn or squaring your Saturn? Wait, what's happening? Yeah, it's trining your Saturn. But I don't know. I just see, like, a Venus and Mars conjunction is, like, you can't separate, like, love and sex. Like, those are intertwined to you.
I think coming from your Aries Libra interception, because you never knew what love was, as soon as you had sex, or if you haven't had sex, as soon as you had some kind of intimate, or even just relationship, or thinking about it, like, that to you meant love.
Yeah. Like, you can't separate the two. Like, I feel like you're definitely somebody who, like, you have, like, if you, I don't know, like, if you've had sex, or, like, if you do, you'd have sex with a guy, like, even a hookup, and, like, you'd feel attached to them.
Yeah.
And, like, you'd feel like...
you're looking for your dad. Real Freudian.
Oh, my God. You probably are, like, attracted to dads or something. I don't know.
Well, what's in your 7th house?
Virgo and Leo. I don't know. Somebody emotionally nurturing, definitely. That's what you want. But all, like, I don't know. Virgo's a pretty
someone who can keep up with your
oh yeah, so it's like once you have sex with somebody, it's like you'll never be able to go back to being friends with them too.
Oh yeah, no.
And like you're somebody who, like, even though it's Sagittarius, which can so easily like run away and detach, or not detach like Aquarius, but like just run away.
Yeah.
It's like a part of you.
it's kind of still really important to you. So even if you're not like following through with the commitment of it, which Sagittarius doesn't know how to, you feel it deeply inside of you. You're a Scorpio also.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
You get very attached, but then you probably just cut them off.
And your moon in the 7th house, oh my god, you get so attached to people. And so attached to people, I don't know, maybe you don't like guys, but whoever you're interested in is what we should say. Like, whoever you get involved in, like, you get so attached. Like, oh my god. And
yeah, she's heterosexual.
Okay, cool. So males. And like, you... Okay, well, let's just drag Venus and Sagittarius. So I have this placement, and the biggest thing with this is like, okay, I also have a 7th house moon, so I think that you kind of are the same way. Like, you can get very attached to people emotionally, but also there's a little bit in your mind that's always just like, run away, don't get too close, leave them now, leave them before they can screw you over. And like, as a Scorpio, you're probably like, I need to leave them before I like divulge any part of me. I will not allow this. And so you're probably like constantly like maybe, I don't know, accidentally or purposefully, probably both, playing games with people of this game of like, I'm gonna get close to you, now I'm gonna run away, now I'm gonna get close to you, now I'm gonna run away, now I'm gonna have sex, whoops, now I'm emotionally attached to you, now I need to run away, whoops, but I still love you.
Plus you have an Aquarius rising, so you do not want to seem like you're attached to anyone.
No.
But secretly you so are.
You so are, that's so true. And Virgo moons can be very... emotionally cold, like seem emotionally cold. Like, you know, any Earth moon doesn't want to come across. Yeah. As like super like, you know. So yeah, you probably have the weirdest like relationships. Like not only like romantically, but just like friendships too. You're probably like friends with everybody, but close to no one.
You probably don't have like anyone in between like best friends and acquaintances.
Yeah, you either like say hi or you're like, you are my one and my everything.
Yeah, but relationships, that is a really tough spot in you and very Freudian. It all goes back to your parents.
Yeah.
Like, it's very obvious here.
I just see, some major like, I don't know, I feel like your mom was trying to like pick up all this slack that your dad didn't give you, you know what I mean? And that's why she took on this like Libra Virgo personality of this kind of overbearing, trying to do like, I don't know how to explain, like 7th house moon, it's not like trying to do everything, but it's just like trying to, I don't know, I feel like when you have a 7th house moon mother, I've been trying to figure this out, it's like, they're trying to teach you about not too much. I think like people, like teach you too much about people that you never get taught about yourself. You know?
Or just like they have a Libra quality in them where they see you act in one way and they need to like immediately counter it. Like, be balanced, honey.
Yeah. Like you probably, well, okay. Venus and Sagittarius. Is there anything else we need to drag there? Yeah, it's just like, oh my gosh. Like, you're gonna be somebody who like, okay, because you get so attached to people, not easily, but you can get so attached to people that when
you probably don't let yourself, to be honest.
Yeah, you probably don't let yourself much, but like, if you do, you would never want to be the one that admits it. And like, you probably like will run away with the person, like, how do I explain this? Especially because it's trine your Saturn, like, instead of saying, like, hey, let's do this committed thing, like, I'm really into you, you'll just be like, it'll just be easier to not do anything and just leave the scenario. But yeah. Okay, what do you want to go to? Anything in particular?
Well, you have a lot of this, because you have double Gemini, double Sagittarius, and you have a Virgo moon and an Aquarius rising. You're just super in your head. Yeah. Because it's like, those are very intellectual and thought, or like knowledge-seeking signs.
And just like heady, too. Yeah.
And then you're a Scorpio sun in the 8th house, so you can easily just get obsessed. You either go one of two ways. You either easily get obsessed, or you completely close your heart chakra, so that you don't like even let yourself go there. Cause
and honestly, like as a Virgo moon, you probably closed your heart chakra.
Yeah.
But okay, so what you probably do to distract yourself and close yourself off is go into your 12th house of your Uranus and your Neptune.
Yes, in Capricorn.
In Capricorn, yeah.
But here's the thing, Capricorn in the 12th house gives it a little bit of stability.
Totally.
Like, it's not the worst.
That's a nice placement for Capricorn. In the house.
Or that's, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because
for the 12th house, I mean, it's a nice placement for the 12th house.
Yeah, that's why, I think Pisces risings, or, wait, hold on, I don't know where that thought is going, so I'm just going to cut it off. And it has something to do with you. So yeah, your 12th house is a little chaotic because it has two malefic planets in there, but it's ruled by Capricorn, so
it's kind of like Saturn-y too.
Yeah, you're not going to get too sucked away into the
But you have Neptune, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Neptune just, like, oh my gosh, like, I feel like even though, like, we also have Neptune in Capricorn, like, the house placement, it can, like, it's so, like, strong of a thing, like, that disillusionment that Neptune has, that it can just, like, fizzle that out and be like, I'm just the house placement. That's at least how I feel. I'm like, woo, I don't know.
I think that, because we
not just the house placement,
I think our Neptune in Capricorn in the 7th gives us this very good intuition over people. Yeah. If it was in any other sign, we could be completely manipulatable.
Yeah.
But we have
That's true. I guess it's the only thing that saves us. So you probably, like, escape, but the only thing that keeps you from going too far into that realm is that Saturn control. So I think that's lucky that it's there.
And I think that having Capricorn rule your 12th house can actually, because you have an astrology channel. Shout out to her astrology channel, MK Astrology. It's giving you that kind of push to do something career-wise with 12th house.
Yeah,
topics.
Totally.
So I think that you can be more, not necessarily intellectual. I mean, you are a Virgo moon, so you are going to be, and you're going to be intellectual about a lot of things, but this gives you that push of being practical with 12th house things and approaching them practically. Yeah.
And you also are ruled by your Uranus in the 12th, because you're an Aquarius rising, so Uranus is, and so that's not, like, Uranus in Aquarius in the 12th house is not the easiest ruling placements,
because your life is just kind of crazy.
Yeah.
There's no rhyme or reason, again, to kind of, well, your house ruler is, like, the quest for your life. I think that I stole that from Hannah Zelser. I think she said it's like the quest. Your quest is brought up in your 12th house ruler, and the sign and house that it's in is, like, how you approach it. So your quest in life is to do something new and inventive and be ingenious and stand out with your intellectual achievements. Then it's in the 12th house, and it's in Aquarius. So
that's like astrology and through technology and, like, that kind of stuff. But having because this is a drag me, having your ruling planet in the 12th house is, like, not the best situation, okay? Like, you can easily get sucked in deep into this shit, especially because of your 8th house Scorpio stuff. Like, it's so easy for you, I feel like, to, like, your Virgo moon to be like, bloop, and then, like, your 12th house to be like, bloop, and then you're like, la 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 la. I live in fantasy land of in-between thing. What are emotions and committed relationships?
What are hours of the day? I'm just going to sleep. Yeah. Just going to sleep all day.
Feel like taking a nap.
But the short, drag me, few word Mercury and Capricorn summary of chart ruler Aquarius in the 12th house is your life is crazy and has no structure.
Yeah, it's like literally always being, like, uprooted and thrown across.
Yeah. You are not secure, stable.
No.
Which kills your Scorpio.
Yeah. And your Virgo moon a little bit, even though it's mutable.
It's mutable.
Virgo is
nitpicky
and picky.
Control freak.
Yeah,
and then Scorpio,
you don't have control. You don't. As much as you want it, it's hard. People don't allow that.
I think it's so rude that astrology made Scorpio a fixed sign.
Yeah,
and made it like the death and destruction sign too. Because it's like all you want is security, but also we're gonna uproot you and destroy you 1 billion times over.
That's
rude.
so true.
Just rude, you guys.
Oh my gosh. And it's also funny that, like, Virgo is a mutable sign. Like, it makes sense, but it's also kind of cruel because, like, they want to serve everybody, so, like...
But they also want things in a very specific
way, so they'll change themselves to serve people, but yet they're like, I want it in this specific way!
Rude! Just rude!
Cruel. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Mars in Sagittarius. How do we drag that? You are just so righteously indignant, I guess, basically. Yeah. Like, there's so much in your chart leading to that it's like any time, any day, it's like it's time to protest anything ever.
You'll never be satisfied in life because the world sucks.
Yeah.
And you're very aware of that.
Mm-hmm. And you're going to constantly fight to change it and never give up. And you're just going to get exhausted and burnt out after a while. But you'll be like, no! Mars and Sagittarius will keep going! Jupiter in the first. Oh my god, you're probably also one of those people that's always like, I manifested this! That's like my key thing for like anytime somebody has like strong Sagittarius or Jupiter or whatever.
Oh my god, someone who I used to work with, I think we put this in our Sagittarius rising skit, but he was like, so yeah, I have this music career, blah, 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 I live in Venice, and I do street art and ride a skateboard and blah, blah, blah. So, like, this whole journey started when I manifested these free tickets to India. Hold on. Are you a Sagittarius? And he was like, yes. I was like,
it's so easy. Anytime, okay, oh my god, this is gonna even sound more insane. I was at an audition, and this guy was, like, talking about how he manifested something in this world-changing revolution, or whatever. He just, like, casually was like, I manifested that. And I was like, Aquarius or Sagittarius. I accidentally found his Instagram 2 seconds later, because it was like, this guy has a popular Instagram. I don't know how I found it immediately, but I did. I think I just knew his first name. And he, in his bio, was like, Aquarius. Oh my god. And you have an Aquarius rising with Jupiter in the first. So that's your ultimate key phrase. But if something bad happens, you're like, I did nothing to deserve this. I manifested none of this. I take no responsibility.
But also, another thing that points to your life having no structure or control, like the whole theme of your chart is like, I need things to be a certain way, and I need to be safe, but also nothing is helping me out astrologically to help me do this. No. You have Pisces in the second house, so that's like, what is going on with my finances?
Oh, and Saturn in there too? Are you kidding me?
Oh my lord.
Yeah, that is like, second house is like the stability house, right? House of Taurus. And you got Pisces and Saturn in there? Ha! Ha! Yeah, right, girl.
No stability happening.
No, financial, home, just you name it, you don't got it. Like, oh my god. That's crazy.
Yeah, financial, home, well, what's in your fourth house? Gemini?
Taurus, or Gemini,
just
yeah.
Gemini,
yeah, well, that's like flip-flopping homes and stuff, maybe.
Even like your pure, empty fourth house is like, with the flip-floppiest sign.
Yeah.
A mutable, flip-flop,
airy.
Yeah, Gemini is the ultimate flip-floppity sign. It's mutable as the twins.
That's crazy. And then you've also got, let's see, what else can we drag? If there's anything else that we haven't touched on that you want us to talk about, I don't know, are there any aspects? Like, you have your ascendant squaring your sun, and that's never a fun time. Because you want to come across as this, like, detached person, and you're like, oh, for the community, and, like, all this stuff, and in reality, you're, like, the opposite of detached in some ways, but also in some ways you are. It's very conflicting. Okay, listen, none of us got, like, a straight... The only steady thing you have in your chart is that nothing is steady.
That's the only thing you can count on.
That's the only thing you can count
on nothing.
Yeah. And if you try to, Simon will be like, zoom, and you'll be like, all I wanted was a home. And they'll be like, nope. And you'll be like, why? And they'll be like, I don't know, but we felt like it. And you're like, this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. You're gonna, like, experience, because you're a Scorpio, and you've got your Saturn intercepted. Anytime that someone screws you over, you're gonna be the one who deals with it, and they're gonna get off scot-free.
That's so true. And but you're gonna get so angry about it because Mars is Sagittarius.
Ooh, so righteously indignant.
Yeah, and it's in the 10th house, so you're like, oh, I'm going to free you. And then Saturn will come and be like, nope. And you'll be like, fuck.
And then you've got this prideful ascendant, so you're like, how dare they do this to me? And then you're a Scorpio, so you're like, how dare they betray me? I will smash their head against a wall if it's the last thing I do.
And then your Virgo moon is like, let me pick them apart, detail by detail, analyze them.
Super psychological with that. With a Scorpio, Mercury and Scorpio, you know people are lying. Yeah. And then you've got that righteously indignant Mars, so you're like, why the fuck are you lying to me? Do you think I'm stupid? I've got an Aquarius ascendant. How dare you think I'm stupid?
Yeah, but the thing is like, I feel like, because a lot of Scorpio is like, they feel it. It's like an energy. A lot of water signs are that way. And like, so I feel like you'll be like, ooh, I can tell they're not lying. And people will be like, why? Let me know the facts. And you'll be like, I can just feel it. I can tell. Scorpio Mercury, I can sense their line. Scorpio Sun, 8th house. And everybody's like, you've got no facts here. And you're like, but you don't understand. I know. And so many people are going to be like, haha, yeah, right.
Okay, she asked, Sun square Uranus and Moon square Venus and Mars, and Mercury square Jupiter.
Okay. Let's see. Wait, why can't I read this? Well, like Moon square Venus and Mars, so you've got this Virgo. Okay, so let's do that because we've only got a few more minutes. So let's do Moon square Venus and Mars because that I think is easy because your Moon in Virgo wants things a specific way. Like we said, Virgo Moon. It's very specific, but then a Venus and Mars in Sagittarius is a lot more open.
Yeah, free-flowing.
Yeah, and a lot more free. Yeah, exactly. And so your Moon wants it's probably a clash between who you think that you want in a relationship or a friendship and who you actually need.
Yeah, essentially, you don't know what you want in a relationship. Mm-hmm. And didn't we call this the fuckboy thing?
Moon square Venus is like, or Moon square opposite Venus, I think.
Yeah.
This is because you'll never really get what you want. Yeah. There's no, because when you have like such a conflicting energy within yourself, your emotions, and the way that you express like love and sex, and then you're trying to find somebody who satisfies both of these very different things, that it's like, how can you expect to find anybody with what you want kind of situation. Now, I'm not saying, like, love is never going to happen for you, because, like, your Venus is not that bad aspected on it. Like, it's not like it's dying or anything. It's not the biggest
It's not your Saturn.
It's not your Saturn, okay? Your Saturn, there's almost no hope. I'm sorry. But your Venus, it does have hope, right? But it's just going to take a little bit of time, right?
Yeah. The thing also...
And compromises, which you're not going to want to make.
The thing also with your Venus square or your Moon square your Venus and Mars, is that you kind of act, and then the inner you is like, why are you doing this? You're like upset with your own actions, because Mars is the planet of action, and it's squaring your Moon, your emotional self.
You'll run away and you'll be like, why am I doing
this? This is not what I want. Or like, why did I do that? Like, this is not right.
Yeah, so it's just like that constant conflict. Yeah, Venus square Mars, also you're like, I don't know. I'm not Venus square Mars, what I'm saying. Venus conjunct Mars. I always say and think two different things. It's so frustrating. And then Nina will correct me, and I'm like, didn't I just say that? And I never do. Whenever I watch it back, I never say what I think I do. And I'm like, thank God Nina corrected me. But it's just like, I don't know. I feel like, even though it's not a negative aspect, it's so, like, corrupt in a lot of ways. I don't know.
It's like, because think about it. If you take your bae out to a nice, fancy restaurant, you should know not to, like, fuck them right on the table in your date. Yeah. You need to have, like, some kind of separation between love and sex. But also, it can't be too separated, because then... Yeah,
that's like Venus square Mars, and then it's like they don't even talk to each other, or Venus opposite Mars.
Yeah, but so the Venus and Mars balance
it's hard. It's a toughie. I feel like, I don't know. Even in a trine, if it's in two bad signs, you're still kind of screwed. You know what I mean? Like, if it's, I don't know.
It's actually just hard to navigate love in the world.
Yeah, at all. Especially in this hookup culture nowadays. Yeah. My God.
Like, you could have, like, a totally fine, like, Venus trine Mars, and then you're like, well, excuse me, sorry, I love someone. Yeah. God forbid.
Yeah, sorry, this is only hookup culture. Yeah. So, yeah.
So, everything sucks no matter what.
Yeah. Okay, so with that note.
Okay, let's review your chart. Nothing makes sense.
No control, but that's all you want.
Stable. Yeah, you are very responsible, but the world wants to fuck you in the ass.
Mm-hmm. But you know what? I have to say, I think you're a good person.
Yeah. We don't dislike you.
No, I really don't. And I feel like it's interesting. Whenever I get a chart and I think, oh, I like this person, they're like the easiest to drag for some reason. Like, if it's a drag me chart.
Yeah.
But, like, I looked at your chart and I was like, I probably really like this person. Or, like, they're probably a really good person, blah, 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 blah. Because I feel like you have good intentions.
I should also state for other people watching, we don't, like, we're not evil witches who, like, look at charts and be like, oh, we hate this person.
No.
But sometimes we're just, like, when people are similar to us, we're like, we would get along with this person.
Yeah, it's just, like, okay, because it's, like, so, when I say that, I mean, it's, like, so biased because I don't... If I say, like, oh, I wouldn't like somebody, like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, it's just, like, me saying our charts wouldn't be compatible.
Yeah.
But it's not me saying, like, they're a bad person or there's anything wrong with them or just because I like somebody's chart that makes them better.
Yeah.
It's, like, it just means, like, oh, I could see us getting along and stuff, but, like, we don't have to get along. I don't know. Maybe people take offense to that, but
But for the most part, we attract people who are similar to us, and you buy a reading because subconsciously, or the universe is saying, like, oh, these people will be able to help you because they're just like you.
Yeah, because you relate to us.
Yeah.
So it comes down to that. There you go. We definitely get a lot of Aquarius energy, and I think that has to do with, like, technology, astrology, that kind of stuff.
Our, like, first 20 readings, like, everyone had their sun in Capricorn in the 10th house.
Yeah, it was so many of them.
Or they had, like, some kind of Capricorn or 10th house something.
Yeah, anyways. What's the energy? I think we get the least amount of, like, Taurus energy. Yeah. Maybe because I don't want to pay for it. Because they're like, I'll keep my money.
Yeah, we get a lot of Scorpio, like, 8th house.
Yeah. Anyways, okay, so we actually have to go. We can't respond to comments because we've got to run somewhere. Ooh, what's happening?
Secret astrology project.
But thank you, Madison, for supporting us. Supporting us. I hope you got a laugh out of this. You know it's all in good fun. This eases my Virgo and self-criticism. We were definitely getting along. Okay, good.
And definitely check out Madison's channel. Channel. MK Astrology. Mm-hmm. And thank you so much for
keeping my money. Sorry, okay. Yeah, so we'll see y'all next time. Oh, I don't know why we can't talk
y'all anymore. Come back now, you hear?
Now they won't.
I said that with basically not moving my mouth at all.
Yeah, and we always get, we mentioned this at the beginning, but we always get this question. If you want to get a drag me, you can purchase them down below just because we always get that question no matter what, even though we said at the beginning just to be safe, because who knows? I don't know. Anyways. Okay, thank you, Madison. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Okay. Thank you. It's time to log off. Yes, I'm sure.